trying to tell me who I am. I gotta show them who I am. It's being Jammin.
I was told I was a killer, supposed to be a dope dealer. When it's time to gas up, they fill up. Time to gas up, they fill up. They fill up me. With things that we should've seen. Coming things that we should've been. To the girls that's feeling me. To the world, you're a killer. I don't even know if it's my time yet. Woo! But I'm never coming second if it is. You know I'm out here with the weapon, what it is. You can get your shit to slapping, Willie Smith know what it is. You know that? Boy, look at Kodak. Young dread nigga with the kick drum to blow that. With some city girls, that's just so fat they throw back. And if you ever pull that, snow that, or blow that, you probably know. How I pour juice in the foe, but why can't you let it go? The juice sticking to my soul. Can't stop, won't stop, no. I've been told since 2004. I was told I was a killer, supposed to be a dope dealer. Like I was supposed to move drugs off the villa. Then it's like behind bars, that's what they figure. When they ask why I says because, nigga. I was told I was a killer, supposed to be a dope dealer. When it's time to gas up, they fill up. Time to gas up, they fill up. They fill up me. With things that we should've seen. Coming things that we should've been. To the girls that's feeling me. To the world, you're a killer. Me. Yes, me. Made Jammin with juice with no need. On our way to the T.O.P. With our cities on our back like we gon' see. Hey, hey, like a chief on cheap, boy. Singing my jack, boy, lean on me. Hey, hey, ducking all the C.O.P. With the devil on his side, hoping he O.D. If you want the truth, I got time for it. You know how many folks hit my line for it? You know all the many nights I done cried, but then he done died. I mean, he really gave his life for it, whoa. Knowing that this life isn't fair. I only see the truth when I'm staring in the mirror. They said keep it G, so I'ma keep it playing. That's 24/8 if you wanna take me there, boy. Oh, yeah! I was told I was a killer, supposed to be a dope dealer. When it's time to gas up, they fill up. Time to gas up, they fill up. They fill up me. With things that we should've seen. Coming things that we should've been. To the girls that's feeling me. To the world, you're a killer. Me. Fresh dinner, now it's time to wake up, early in the morning, woo! I know somebody yawning, woo! But it's time to get the money, bro, woo! You can't act funny about that money, yo, yeah, early in the morning, woo! Can I hit it in the morning, woo! But then you gotta feed them kids. Jim with juice, y'all know what the business is. What? I said what? I said what? I said what? It's Jim with juice, y'all know what the business is. Call in, text in. Okay. Is that right? Okay. First dinner, yeah.
What's up? Juice Nation, and to all the juicy jammers out there, and good morning, Milwaukee. You are now tapped into Sipping On and Waking Up to Jammin with Juice, the morning stream.
Is that right?
I'm your girl, Noni Juice, always keeping it juicy. And you already know I got my boy Ben jamming with me.
It's amazing.
And we are live from the Jammin with Juice studios at the Milky Way building and sponsored by Cindy Johnson, Allstate Insurance Agency in Milwaukee. Happy Thursday and good morning to everyone out there. So exciting. All right, we already got some of our certified Juicy Jammers in the chat right now.
Okay.
They're ready to get it cracking. They're ready to have a good time. They're ready to have a good day. And that's what we're going to provide for them. Ain't that right, Benjamin?
Yes, that is right, my co-star.
That is. So, without further ado, you already know we got to do our morning roll call. Roll call. So please give me my theme music. Period. Good morning, SE.
Good morning, SE.
We got Lady
good
B
morning.
in the chat this
Willie
morning.
Grace, good morning. Cindy, is that you? Good morning. Okay, now Jeffrey, good morning.
Jeff in the chat. We got KW in the chat.
KW,
we got
good
Theo
morning.
Jenkins in the chat.
Theo, good morning, my brother. Sir Charles, good morning. Top of the morning to you. Tyler Hadley. What's cracking, dog?
Venus Jones in the chat.
Venus to your Raiders, good morning. I need Nicole.
DJ Brother Z in the chat.
Oh, is that my brother DJ Brother Z?
It is.
DJ Brother Z.
Hey,
holla at me.
Hey, Zach.
Yeah.
Good morning, y'all.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes. KW
Top of the morning,
says,
top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning to you.
Hit that like button. Make sure you share. Make sure you guys are commenting. And then we are already on the chat. But make sure y'all on the chat, share, like, comment, subscribe, all of the things. I feel like my voice is gone.
Why you feel that
struggling.
way? Because the game last night, bro?
Yeah, it was a game last night, y'all. Marquette game over there at Pfizer, the good Pfizer Forum. And it went into overtime, and we lost.
By how much though?
I mean, just by a couple points, but still. That's our second game we lost in a row, so.
That's all right, though.
We're going to try to come back Saturday and get it in. But I feel like my voice is just gone. Yeah. I didn't even go to the gym this morning. Because, I told you I'm on a new routine. I'm on a new routine now, you guys, when it comes to the gym. And I've been using Mr. or Mrs. Chat. I haven't named my chat yet.
Hold up. Well, this is what we're doing now. We're personifying AI. This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're naming our chat bots these days.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
I
down.
think it's a girl, but I don't know yet.
It's not anything. It's a bunch of ones and zeros. That's really what it is.
Anyway,
all right, one day mid-teen slave.
Anyway, I'm trying to get my life together, y'all, because you know what's so funny, or I don't even know if it's funny, but my entire life I've always said, like, man, I don't want to have a job where it's the same every single day, where it kind of gets really mundane. Yeah. You go there, you're there from 9 to 5, I guess, and you are at this cubicle area or whatever. It's just the same every single day. There's nothing different,
right?
You
don't want a monotonous job.
I don't. Thank you. And so with that being said, I don't have one. Well, I don't have a job at all. No, I'm kidding. But my career doesn't allow for me to have a job where I'm doing the same thing technically every day. Because even when we do this show here every single morning, the content is completely different every day. I don't know what we might get into when we hop on these airwaves every single morning. And I love that. I don't have a game every day, whether it's Brewers or Marquette. I'm not hosting every single day. But so every day is different. Every day is different, and that would be somebody's dream. It's like, oh my God, I get to have change of scenery and change of everything every day. That's beautiful. I agree with that. I absolutely love that. But with that, it comes with, for me, a lack of routine that I'm trying to get together. Okay. Because I think the way that my brain works, you guys, and I'm not claiming that I have ADHD, even though I've claimed it before.
You've claimed a couple mental illnesses.
I have been delivered. Okay, I have been delivered. I don't have ADHD no more.
One time you said you thought you was autistic.
You are. What are you talking about?
Now, first off, disclaimer, there's nothing wrong with autism.
Okay.
Secondly, I've never claimed to be autistic.
You have claimed to be on the spectrum, bro.
You allowed a new employee.
You have claimed to be on the spectrum, bro.
She allowed a new employee to come in and get in her head and tell her that she was autistic. And Carrie Nolan just believed it.
I didn't believe it, but I looked into ADHD.
She believed it so much so.
I looked into ADHD for sure. Because I said, man, maybe I do got ADHD. Because the way my brain just functions, it's weird. But because my brain has some ADHD tendencies when it comes to time and things like that, with me and my schedule changing dang near every single day, it's harder for me to get a routine and to stay consistent with things because my day is always changing. So I'm always having to adjust the times that I do stuff, the times that I eat, when I'm going to actually be working. And so it's just it can be a lot for my little brain over here. But I say all that to say, y'all, I didn't go to the gym this morning because my chat friend told me that when I get home super late from a game and I don't get enough hours of sleep, that it makes no sense for me to go to the gym. And so I'm trying to get my life together and I'm trying to find routine. I'm trying to find that mundane anyway because it's necessary for you in order to be successful in life, or at least that's how I feel.
Okay, now.
To have some type of routine.
Yeah, to have
you need
some
a routine.
kind of
you need
routine.
structure. You need systems, y'all. If y'all ain't got no systems,
you just out there in the whack.
It becomes very difficult to function. So
that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, Juice.
Does it?
Yeah.
Because you real chill over here. Do you have a routine? You have no routine.
What? Look,
you have no
up.
structure, no routine, no system, no nothing. You just wander like the wind. You're like, picture a leaf that just blows, or no, a plastic bag. Let's do that. You act like a plastic bag that just gets blown in the wind on the freeway and then eventually gets on the street and it just does what it does. How do you live like that? I can't live like that. I don't know if it's because I'm a Libra and they say the whole balance thing and I'm always trying to find balance and I'm always feeling imbalanced with the way my schedule is. But it's like, I need some type of structure in my life. Do you feel like you need structure?
Yes.
Okay, what's your structure then? What's your routine every day? I would love to know. Are you thinking of one right now currently?
Okay, so with that being said, Noni Juice, I want to start it off and kick it off like this. All right, when we're talking about structure in life, because one thing that I do know about you is that you, like you just said before, you're always looking for some kind of routine or ways to improve on your day-to-day life and really maximize your time while you're here obtaining your goals. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's a beautiful thing for you. When it comes down to me and mine and what I plan to do, I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to get it done exactly how I see fit to get it done. Is there going to be exact time and date of when I'm going to do those things? Nah, not per se, unless it's actually something I'm really trying to get done, like doing this show each and every day. This actually became a part of my routine. Is waking up early in the morning, coming here each and every day.
Yes.
Throughout the rest of my day.
Right.
You know what? I come home, I take my dog outside. That's a part of my routine. Chill time because I need some downtime because I don't know about y'all Juicy Jammers, but I need my brain to kind of just switch gears. Okay, so you give so much energy to something, you be like, bro, I'm tired. I am mentally drained. Okay, so that's part of my little routine.
But I'm saying, do you have it structured or it's just whatever happens? I am going to just decide to do what my mind and body is telling me to do in that moment.
I have certain things that I know I'm going to do throughout the day. And then when they get done, they get done. That's how my stuff operate.
And that works for you?
Mm-hmm. It works for you quite lovely. Because I feel like I don't really stress over anything too much.
I think a lot of us have procrastination issues. And I'm really glad KW brought that up because... he said procrastinating, but time management is key. And that's really something I think a lot of us kind of like fall victim of because it's like, man, we have so many distractions today. It's ridiculous. Like you can literally just be on your phone for like 4,
your life away.
5, 6 hours a day searching for what? I don't know, but we do it. We have our phone and we just do it. And I know it's like short little dopamine hits that we get, but I think it 100% is somewhat holding us back as a generation because we'll have things that we have to do, but then we don't do them. We don't do them at all because we would prefer to just watch something on YouTube. I'm talking about me with that one. Or we would prefer to just be scrolling for new information, I guess. I don't know, but maybe it is them phones, man. Them parents used to say, like, get off that daggone phone. It is the phones. It's the phones. The phones are the problem.
I mean, I think it's just,
I can't do it.
It's just what we live in currently right now. We got so many different distractions, right? That are literally at the tips of your fingers, and there's a whole world with inside of there that you can dive into and try to stay structured, or you can get onto the Facebooks and Instagrams, which, however, like whatever you're doing or whatever, I don't know why, but like a lot of times when I say, hey, I'm finna go ahead and go to chat and I'm trying to figure out the answers to my problems, I
end up getting on Facebook or end up getting on Instagram and scrolling for another 30 minutes to 40 minutes and realizing like, damn, what the hell did I even pick up my phone for in the first place anyway? You know, you just get distracted.
But but what?
Oh, I was just going to say, and I think we have to try to find ways to minimize our distractions. Like, understand what your goals are, and then just try to minimize those distractions. Because, like, it's not even just the phones. It could also be your lifestyle. You may have some relationships that be like, oh, man, they take too much of your time away from your actual goals that you're trying to accomplish.
You know, I was watching a video because I'm like the queen of being a self-help girly. You know, I love the self-help books. I love the little videos that try to, you know, help with time management and with procrastination and things like that. And I found a video the other day. It was like a 7-minute long video, y'all.
Okay.
But it gathered me, okay? And it got my entire life together when it came to why I am choosing distractions sometimes over what it is that I need to do.
Really?
And it said, time is one thing that you cannot get back. It is like
time keeps
definite.
on slipping
away from me, right?
No, into the future.
Oh, that one.
That's the
okay. Anyway, I think I was thinking of time is slipping away from me. Yeah. Time from the Casey and JoJo.
Yeah, it sounds like
you don't know that one?
A big black woman sung that.
It was a black man.
Okay.
Well, anyway, when it comes to time, you guys, it was saying that you cannot get that back. That is one thing that is like, when it's gone, it is 100% just gone. It's not like money where you can always make money back. Yeah. It's done. And you have to look at it.
It's final.
It is. And you have to look at it as the things that you are spending time on, you are essentially taking a piece of your life away. And so it was saying if you start to think about the things that you're doing as you are almost paying yourself to do it, like would you pay someone to scroll for like 5 hours? Would you pay someone in your time in that way to be like, oh, I'm just going to take 5 hours out of my life and in in replace of that, I'm going to give you time. And I think it's just like, man, we don't really appreciate time how I think we should. We don't respect it enough because we feel like we just have so much of it. And truly you don't, because you never know when, you know, that time could come. And it's like,
wake up on their last day thinking it's their last day.
Or not even that, like how quickly time goes. Like you could have been like 20 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And now you looking at it like, man, I can't believe 10 years just flew by that way. Like, where did time go?
Are you talking to me or you talking to yourself?
I'm talking to the Juicy Jammers out there. And so you have to look at time like, man, would you pay someone else your money in time to be scrolling? And when you look at it like that, and you look at it more so as you are giving your life up and a piece of your life up that you will never get back, it kind of becomes a little bit easier to not waste time anymore. And so that's really what I'm working on, y'all. I don't know about y'all.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a millennial thing. I really don't think the generations over us really.
Nah, bro. It's people. It's a human nature type of thing. Bro.
I'm saying before we had social media and stuff though. Like what did people distract themselves with? Magazines?
Could have been
TV?
Magazines, could have been porn, could have been all these other things and addictions that we have currently right now, but at a more slower scale. Because the only thing that has happened, bro, between us now and 50 years ago is the fact that we have more leisure time because we have everything at the tips of our fingers. You know, we talk about this all the time. That like,
we have more leisure time, or does it just seem like we have more leisure time?
It seems like we have more leisure time, but I would say it's more readily available to go ahead and just become a couch potato, as they used to say. You know what I'm saying? Because before, it was just the TV. Now it's just the phone that you could sit back and be driving in your car and watching YouTube videos with and distracting yourself from even being on the road and the path that you're supposed to be on. You know, so
drive safely if you are watching Jam with Juice while you're driving to work.
Correct. And hopefully you have Allstate insurance.
Right.
Just in case. Okay. Talk to Cindy Johnson.
I don't know. Right. I just am always thinking of things like that. And I'm like, man, what did we used to do back in the day? Like before we had this phone to distract us at any moment in time. Because I feel like people back then were just way more productive and got so much more stuff done. And they just cared. They had better relationships with people too.
Okay, so think about this. What time period are we talking about though?
What do you mean?
What time period are you giving credence to that they use their time wisely?
I would say maybe before the 2000s.
Okay, so we're talking about the 1900s then.
Sure.
All right, so then there's a lot of people who sat back and watched TVs and watched NFL games. Or we're talking about the early 1900s.
I'm saying when you're out in the world, though, like you weren't able to bring your TV with you.
Well, hey,
and
I gotta
it's
clear
funny
my
because
throat.
you think that turning your mic off is gonna help when my mic is on still.
Hey, I be trying, bro. Whatever. I'm trying to use my time
a little bit.
Yeah, I'm trying to utilize my time on this earth wisely while I can. Okay.
No, I feel you, but I'm saying the TV, you couldn't take it with you. So when you were watching TV, I feel like there was a time and place when you went to watch TV and you watched it as a family. I don't think it was a lot of like individual TV watching sometimes. But
to some degree, it was still a waste of time. What were you really doing with your time? And it all comes down to you and your preference of what you're trying to do with your life. Because for a person like Eddie Murphy, he watched TV and he was like, I want to be on TV. Other people are like, I want to watch TV and want to get some donuts. So what is your goal in life? Because the TV, what I'm saying is the TV might be something that you need to use as a tool for your life to actually have some kind of meaning. For instance, somebody out there, actually, shout out to my little brother, Alexander Rogers, right? So these phones came out. My little brother knows how to recreate this phone. He can
like build one.
He can build this joint out. Break it open. Oh, what? That's messed up. Click, click, click on that. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
But that's something that led him into engineering, which led him from engineering into basically becoming the data analyst for the Tennessee Titans. So all I'm saying is whatever your goal is, just make certain that you stay goal oriented. You may find some types of things, whether it may be on the internet or it may be on a TV show, whatever. But as long as you can grab something from that and then it adds into your goal, use that as a tool for your goal, then you're not wasting your time. You know, a lot of people would say you're just a couch potato, but if you're utilizing that for a purpose or a reason, you know, it's just all how you decide to utilize your time for real. And if you're staying on your on track.
Yeah, but I think two things can exist at once. I think it can still be a distraction and you still be utilizing it for what you need to do. So, for example, for me, I'm always on YouTube, right? I love looking at interviews. I'm just like an interview girly. I could watch a bunch of interviews.
I love some good interviews.
Could watch a bunch of like successful business women who are entrepreneurs. Like I love to just watch them, their success stories, their journeys, learning from them, all the things, right? In hindsight, it's like, oh, I'm getting better myself by constantly watching how these women got to where they are or how these celebrities got to where they are or whatever the story may be in the interview, right? But it gets to a point where if I'm doing that for like 4 hours and I had other things that I was supposed to be doing in order to grow myself, like whether that be my brand, whether that be the show, whether that be just everything else that I've got going on outside of these four walls here. If I'm spending 4 hours of just watching TV, even if it is stuff that's benefiting me in the end, quote unquote, I'm still wasting time. I'm still being a couch potato. I'm still being distracted because, yes, I like to enjoy those things, but those are just pastimes. And I shouldn't be using most of my day to watch it when I have other things I got going on. If anything, I should look at it as little treats. So once I finish my day and I'm done with everything that I was supposed to do, then I could take like an hour or two to watch those shows. But it shouldn't be something that I do beforehand, even if it is benefiting me for where I'm trying to go in the future, if that makes sense.
Interesting. Chat, let us know how y'all feel. Put something in the chat right now. Let us know how y'all feel about this particular conversation. What are you doing to, obtain your goals? And what do you do, like, honestly, in your pastime? Is your pastime just watching interviews on YouTube? Is it playing video games? Sometimes I like to play Fortnite. You know, that's my pastime. But it's really one of them things where, like I kind of said before, me being the creative that I am, I need to switch the gears in my brain. So if I'm here working on Jammin Juice, sometime in between that time, I know for a fact I need about 30 minutes to an hour before my brain can be like, okay, I can give my all mental focus and attention to the next task at hand. I've actually always kind of been that way. I learned that about myself when I was younger. In my younger 20s, I used to work maybe like 8 to 10 hours a day at Menards or whatever. And then I used to have to go home. I would play the game, probably Grand Theft Auto for like a solid hour. Then from that, I would hit the studio, like do my whole studio stuff, make my raps, probably rap for like a solid 2 to 3 hours until my creative energy had died down. Then I go back and play Grand Theft Auto all over again for a solid hour. Then I get back to my next creative zone. So it's all what your flow is. It is your schedule. You can make up your own schedule. You don't have to listen to some employee or employer, if you will.
And last thing I'll say on this before we move on to something you say is I'm learning too in this entire process is that I can't just only be creative all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are other administrative duties that need to get done, whether that be marketing, whether that be sales, whether that be research, whether that be responding to emails and pitching yourself. And there's just so many other things behind the scenes that go on outside of just being creative that you have to make time for. And it's like, man, there's a lot that comes with this. But it's all beautiful. It's all blessings. And
it's a journey.
It definitely is a journey for sure. For sure. But yeah, interesting how y'all choose to spend y'all time or waste y'all time, I should say. But anyway, you guys, when we come back from our 3-minute juice break, we are going to get into something juicy. So make sure you guys keep it locked. We got more coming up. Jammers, the juiciness continues next, right here on Jammin' with Juice. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm thick-cut bacon sizzling on your stove. And while you were over there smearing your bagel, this little piggy went on a splatter spree. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, you'll be crying wee over this fire in your home. So get Allstate.
Contact Milwaukee Allstate agent Cindy Johnson today at 414-445-2558.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
They laughed, they doubted. They said we couldn't do it, but we stayed loaded. Loaded with purpose, loaded with faith. Loaded, living off a dream everyone doubted. It isn't just a clothing line, it's a mindset. Every stitch, every logo, every fit reminds you. You don't need their approval, just your vision. So wear your grind, wear your dream, stay loaded. Living off a dream everyone doubted. It's amazing.
Got a business, event, or brand you want the city to know about? You gotta let them know about it here. Jammin' with Juice is where the people are listening, laughing, and showing love every single morning. Let's put your brand right in the mix. Whether it's an on-air mention, interview, or social media promo, we've got options that make sense for you. So if you're ready to get your message in front of our Juicy Jammers, hit us up at jamminwithjuice@gmail.com and let's work.
What up, Juicy Jammers? It's me, your boy, Ben Jammin, and I think it's time for us to go down the rabbit hole! Now, if you don't know what a rabbit hole is, it is a piece of information you find on the internet or experienced in real life that takes you from one piece of information you find to another, up until your curiosity is satisfied. And that's what I intend to do each and every day you guys watch us live. Spark your curiosity and transform the way you see your world. So tap into Jammin' with Juice each and every day so your rabbit hole can be filled. What up? It's me, Ben Jammin. When I wrote my new song, Killer, honestly, I wasn't sure what direction it was going to take. But by the time I finished the chorus, tears started rolling down my face. And I knew this wasn't just a song, it was a story that needed to be told. Growing up, so many of us hear and see messages about who we're supposed to be. Too often, those messages are built on negative stereotypes. We're told we're destined to be gangsters, drug dealers, or killers. And when you hear that long enough, some people start to believe it. They take that path and end up in a place they can't escape, dead or behind bars. Killer tells that story, but it also delivers the lesson that you don't have to be what the world tells you to be. You can be a doctor or a lawyer, a radio host, a game designer, a farmer, whoever you choose to be. It's your life. If this story resonates with you, go listen to my new record, Killer, now streaming on Spotify and Apple Music. It's amazing. Yes, me. Make Jammin' with Juice with no knee. On our way to the T.O.P. with our cities on our back like we gon' see. You already know what it is. This is Jammin' with Juice. And make sure you go like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and go to jamminwithjuice.com to become a certified Juicy Jammer. Remember, from here on out, you're amazing.
It's Lonely Juice. You know we keeping it juicy. Spilling truth with a smile so sweet. Talking all the buzz from the blogs and the tweets. From the headline to the hometown streets. She bring the flavor, can't nobody compete. Something juicy with Nani Juicy. Talk out of town, yeah, she got the news. Keeping it fun, keeping it true. It's something juicy, keeping it juicy too.
Welcome back, everybody. You're tapped into Jammin' with Juice. And like you heard, my friend over there, my AI friend, it is time for something juicy. And the very first thing that I want to bring up here today is tonight is a very special night. This Thursday is because the Milwaukee Holiday Lights Festival is returning today, Thursday, with music, fireworks, and more. Now, according to Fox 6, downtown Milwaukee will glow again this holiday season with the 27th annual Milwaukee Holiday Lights Festival, kicking off today, Thursday, November 20th. Dang, it's November 20th already.
Yeah.
Woo.
What is it?
The 6-week event presented by Milwaukee Downtown, bid number 21, and Johnson Financial Group begins at 6:30 p.m. at Pierre Marquette Park with live performances, treats, and a fireworks show. The festival runs through January 1st, 2026. The main program includes DJ Mr. New York. Shout out Mr. New York. He's going to be DJing
my boy.
today. Yep.
Shout out to him.
Characters from Milwaukee Repertory Theaters, Christmas Carol, Anita's Dance Center, the Squeezettes, select cast members from Cirque du Soleil's Twas the Night Before, Marquette University's Golden Blues, Christopher Gilbert. Okay, they got Chris Gilbert
out there too.
Yeah, and Willow Newell, Miss Wisconsin. Oh, Willow's going to be there.
That's good. Shout out to Willow, Racine.
Miss Wisconsin and Jenny Thiel. So it's a whole bunch of people going to be there. Santa Claus is going to be there. Mrs. Claus is also scheduled to appear. Fireworks are going to be planned shortly before 7 p.m., followed by free hot cocoa, cookies, and complimentary jingle bus rides operated by KB Excursions.
That's hard. That's what's up, man. They make you really put you into the Christmas spirit.
No, they definitely
Christmas
do.
cheer, right a week before Thanksgiving. I've heard before that they said Thanksgiving actually doesn't feel right if you don't have a Christmas tree with it. So, you know, man.
Really?
Yeah. People are talking about like you need a Christmas tree up as you are also, celebrating Thanksgiving. So, look, if you're into the Christmas season already, then go for it, man. Happy holidays to everybody out there. Enjoy it some way, somehow.
Not Willow Smith, KW, Willow Newell. She's from Racine. She was Miss Wisconsin.
Yeah, Miss Wisconsin will be out there. Will Smith, come down there. I hope Will Smith comes too.
But that's interesting that you say that because it's like, I just saw T.I. saying that he feels like the Christmas holiday is taking over all of the other holidays and we're just like breezing past, let's say Halloween, we're breezing past Thanksgiving and
everybody's ready for Christmas.
Like everyone is just ready for Christmas. And it's like, that's an interesting take. I did see someone in the comments who said, well, that's because Christmas is like, no, they said Thanksgiving is a holiday. Christmas is an entire season. So it's like you really getting into the Christmas spirit. The Christmas spirit lasts about like 2 months, I would say. As soon as Halloween is over with, them decorations is taken down and you putting up Christmas decorations, which I do feel like in recent years, people have been putting up the decorations really
a lot sooner.
No, they've been putting it up very soon.
Like
they be having it up the whole November and December, and I feel like it didn't used to be that way back when I was younger, but I don't know. Maybe things have just shifted.
Nah, I feel you though. Just when I was a kid, it was a long time ago now. But when I was a kid or whatever, we definitely had Halloween first, and then Thanksgiving my mom would make certain we had a good Thanksgiving and stuff. But then after that, December 1st would kick in, and sometime around then we're setting up the Christmas tree. But if what you said is true, it could be a reflection of what we're seeing inside of stores, because I know one thing when it comes down to retail, and it was the strangest, oddest thing to me. But inside of when you do retail or whatever, retail is already getting ready for Christmas legitimately right after Halloween is done. So I worked at Menards, and we would set up the whole Halloween stuff. We got skeletons and Dracula and all these people or whatever. But as soon as Halloween was over, I'm talking about October 31st was done. Actually, probably right after trick-or-treating was done, you would already start to see the Christmas trees start to roll in, so they could start to prepare you for Christmas and get you ready for Christmas. It is very interesting that is happening.
I just think it's just a way for us to spend more money.
I mean,
that's literally all it is.
That's what these holidays are. They're fake. They're fake, man.
What do they call them? Pagan?
A lot of them are pagan holidays. Or have pagan roots, pagan traditions wrapped inside them. I think America is figuring out a new way to celebrate these traditions as we grow older as a country. I mean, just next year we'll be as old as 250 years old. So we're still figuring out our traditions. We're still figuring out our norms to our own society. So maybe Christmas one day will take over Thanksgiving, because we know the Thanksgiving as they want us to, celebrate it as isn't rooted in the how we celebrate it now.
I want to know in the chat, do y'all have y'all Christmas decorations up already? Do you got yours up?
I don't got none up. Okay.
Do you usually put them up though?
Yeah, I definitely do put up Christmas decorations.
Okay.
Shoot, I definitely do. I love Christmas. I mean, Christmas is truthfully my favorite holiday out of all the holidays besides my own birthday. But Christmas is always one of them ones. It actually took me to become a grown adult to realize that even like 1 week after Christmas, we're celebrating New Year's.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, that stuff comes around
Everything
fast.
happens back to back to back. Like once fall hits, honestly.
Trying to get that moolah.
No,
but at the same time,
sure.
celebrate, man. Celebrate. We've all worked very hard this year. We've stayed alive this year, 2025. I told y'all, we're just trying to stay alive. But in 2026, I think we all finna get rich. All right, so yeah, we'll see.
We talked about this a little bit yesterday, you guys, but talk about the Epstein files. But Donald Trump has officially signed the Epstein Files Transparency Act, which prompts the release of the Epstein files by the Department of Justice. Why are you sighing of that, bro?
Because
that is hilarious.
It just doesn't feel. Look, the fact that
let me finish it first.
So
this all comes after House Democrats and Republicans voted 427-1 on the bill just on Tuesday, and it followed a swift passing from the Senate. And so now that the bill has been signed, Attorney General Pam Bondi has 30 days to make publicly available in a searchable and downloadable format all unclassified records, documents, communications, and investigative materials in the possession of the Department of Justice, including the Federal Bureau of Investigation and United States Attorney's offices that relate to Epstein. Now, it has not been made fully clear what all the files will include, but some people do feel like it seems that they will be redacted to an extent. So,
they're definitely going to be redacted.
Trump was on Truth Social pretty much blaming the Democrats for all of this in the first place, saying, the Democrats were the ones that were friends with Epstein.
I'm so sick and tired of him with that rhetoric, bro.
Democrats.
Bro, because what does that even really mean, Donald Trump? You said it was the Democrats, as if the Democrat is some one person out here that we all know. It was the Democrats. Bro, I'm seeing you with having pictures of Jeffrey Epstein. I'm seeing pictures of you with Bill Clinton with Jeffrey Epstein. I'm seeing you. I don't see just one Democrat. I'm even seeing you, Donald Trump.
And he's like, we're going to find out some crazy stuff about the Democrats in them files. I think we're going to find some crazy stuff out about you, Mr. President.
What? Did they Photoshop Barack Obama in there, fam? Was Barack a part of any of these? You know what I'm saying? Because that's the one thing I haven't even seen. If they talk about all these other presidents or whomever else could have been connected to Jeffrey Epstein, I haven't seen not one thing about Barack Obama in nobody's rhetoric when it comes down to Jeffrey Epstein. So, whatever.
It's just so weird because it's like he acting like he wasn't around, brother.
At all.
But it's like we have so much evidence now currently of you kicking it with him and y'all being cool. Like y'all was locked in. Y'all was like this.
Yeah.
So for you to be saying we're the Republicans and we're the ones who put him away in the first place, and I'm just like, bro, you were his friend. You a fake friend, bro.
Fake as hell. For real.
You a fake friend, bro.
Fake ass.
If I was Epstein, bro, right now, I'd be like, you so fake, bro.
I mean, honestly, that goes down a rabbit hole a bit. But, with the blackmailing that Jeffrey Epstein could have done against Donald Trump, it could have been one of the reasons why Jeffrey Epstein allegedly committed suicide inside the prison cells when he was there. You know, I personally do think that Donald Trump has something to do with that because he was the president at the time. But, you know, Donald Trump, you can't act like you did not know Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein introduced you to your now wife. He was the person who had connections to all the Victoria's Secret models. Your now wife was one of those models who was trying to actually do that type of stuff. So come on, man. We know for a fact that you were at one point in time friends with Jeffrey Epstein. You can say that you're not his friend now because the man's dead. You can say that. But, you know.
What's in them files is what's in them files.
What's in them files is what's in them files.
Unless they taint it. You know?
And that's the thing, too. I think the files are definitely going to come back tainted. You know, it's one of them things where we saw from since the time this man, since the time this man became president, talking about like, oh, no, we're not for the look into these files. Jeffrey Epstein files was a hoax. Remember that? They were all a hoax. The Epstein files were a hoax. Now it's a real thing. And it seemed to me that even just 2 weeks ago, you were like, bro, I just want you guys to get over it. Now you all gun-ho like, nah, go ahead and release them because I feel like you got some fraudulent files for everybody, man. And you probably done tapped your boy Elon Musk to help you out just like how he helped you out with the election. So,
Jesus.
But what I do want to happen
I hate that we take everything as not as a joke, but we don't have any trust in the government at all.
I think it's just because I can't say I know it's because the government has lied to us, and that's what it comes down to. You know, we know the government has lied to us, some of it for our own protection, but a lot of it for not. You know, a lot of it was evil deeds done to us, especially different races and communities inside of this joint that they're sworn to protect. But
so only time will tell. We'll see what was really in them files.
Internet, do your thing. That's what I want to see happen. Because even once
I don't want the internet
drop,
to do their thing. Because you know why? The internet be doing a lot of crazy stuff with AI. And you know what? I'm about to bring up a story that I saw about people using AI for a new scam.
Oh, that's what we're talking about?
Yeah, we're talking about that.
I got a story for this. A new
scam that people are, that's helping people fake raw meals for DoorDash refunds.
Ooh.
I am so sick of people that they can't just be honest individuals. But apparently there's a new wave of refund scams, and it is spreading across food delivery platforms. And this time, artificial intelligence is the main culprit as to why all of this is even going down. So what's happening is users are taking photos of their meals, and then they're using AI tools in Photoshop to make them appear undercooked or even spoiled before submitting the changed doctored images to services like DoorDash just so they can get a refund.
Come on,
and it's just like, man, I am so upset because with AI and all the tools that we have, back then, like Photoshop used to be something where if you knew how to use Photoshop, you really knew what you was doing. Okay, but
that
now
is true.
the
It was a skill.
average
It was
person can just use Photoshop or just use AI to like change up images and to make things look like what they're not. And we're not even using it for good. We're using it for evil because your broke self out here don't got your SNAP benefits and using over here saying that you need your money back for your burger.
Why you mad though?
You making it look like your burger is raw inside and it's not, just so you can get back $12. You're a bum. You're a bum.
Look, don't hate the player, hate
broke.
the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Last thing you need to be doing is ordering a burger.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. Some of them people actually need those funds back, okay?
Bro, I don't care, bro. That's so dishonest. And it's like, why? You know, just why?
You see the times that we living in right now? You see the times that we living in right now? 50 years ago, you know, you could get by with our kind of paychecks. Now in today's time, you cannot. So if they got to hustle and scan the system, that's just what it is until the system catches up.
Absolutely not. This is why we can't This is why we can't have nice things. We can never have nice things because we have people who take advantage of the systems. Remember when we talked about Klarna and all of those
oh yeah,
all of those sites that allow you to do Afterpay and all that, and people are taking advantage of that, not paying nothing back. Now they in debt and they can't even help no more.
It is what it is.
DoorDash is about to get... Honestly, what they need to do is take a picture themselves before they actually, you know, give it to the person. Yeah,
I agree
because
with
the people
that.
out here about to be scamming, or just shut it all down.
So, like, if you have some food, got some food from, I'm just going to say, like, a Wingstop. Wingstop should first upload the picture to DoorDash or Uber Eats or one of those, and then give it to the person. Okay.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Because people can't be trusted.
However...
Everybody out here just fraudulent.
However, this scenario actually happened to me, and I was telling a full the full truth to my story. Okay, full truth to my story. Because sometimes we do have bad door dashes. We do have bad people who come and do the food delivery and they mess up your food. This actually happened to me just 2 weeks ago. All right, I ordered my girl some food through Uber Eats. I did it through Uber Eats. A gentleman that I know of this gentleman. He stays in Racine. He claims to be an artist and sent me tons of his music to play live on air. He did it. All right, his name is Josiah. And that's where I'm gonna leave it at. Anyway, never mind. Anyway, the gentleman ends up picking up my food. And if you know anything about a food delivery, you can watch the person pick up your food, right? They'll be like, they'll send you a notification saying that the gentleman just picked up your food. I saw him on my phone pick up the food. He drives to another location, not my home. My home's only 5 minutes away from the Wingstop that I ordered the food from for my girl. He picked the food up, stayed wherever he was at for a solid 10 minutes, came, dropped the food off to my girl, ends up dropping the food off to my girl, and my girl didn't get the 10-piece lemon pepper wing that I ordered for her. She got an 8-piece lemon pepper wing. And she's like, babe, what happened to the rest of my wings? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Anyway, she ends up sending me a picture, and I was just flabbergasted by the fact that the tape that gets put on these Uber Eats packages, it was lifted up. You know, I even ordered the Cajun corn that's supposed to come with a 5-piece Cajun corn. He ate 2 wings and a piece of corn, and I was just
maybe
upset.
He was hungry, Ben.
And he more than likely was.
Out here,
and he more than likely was.
Maybe that was his only meal for the day, Ben.
It could have been, but you know what I did, Juice? I told my girl to send me a picture. I said, babe, send me a picture right now. Send me a picture. I sent that picture into Uber Eats. Uber Eats, within less than probably about 2 hours, refunded me the whole meal. So, you know, I'm glad that system works out when, you know, you're using it legitimately, but to find out that, you know, you can get over on the system by doing such a thing, by using AI, I'm not mad at the hustlers. I'm really not.
You're not mad at the hustlers.
Nope.
This is why, you know what, I just feel like it could have been a good hustle for somebody who can't afford some food, because maybe they could, like, you know, steal a couple fries every now and again. I mean, I know they got the tape on it, but somebody who was really skilled and crafty would be using, well, I don't even know if I should say this because I don't want people to do it, but I was going to say they could use maybe AI to make replacement stickers for whatever, you know, businesses that they wanted that they were door dashing for, and really they could be taking like little, don't make it obvious, but they could just take little pieces of fries or maybe one little chicken nugget or something, and then people would just blame it on, oh dang, McDonald's forgot one of my nuggets. But if you're doing that for like 8 hours a day and you just putting the tape back on, that's disgusting and it's nasty. I mean, if times was hard, I guess that's what you're saying people was gonna be out here doing.
You gotta do what you gotta do. The only people that I'm actually mad at in this whole scenario right now is the people who put this scam on blast. Not everybody knows.
Because people can't hold nothing to themselves. They always feel like they have to let somebody know that they put them on to something.
That's true.
Like, oh, I'm gonna
put you on game.
Like, bro, get out of here.
You want to make $1 million right now? Hold on. Like, nah, bro, keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. That's how you keep your hustle going. You could whatever. I'm not gonna put it out there like that. But I will say that eventually technology and these businesses will catch up. I think one day we will get to a time period, maybe the next few years, that we don't even trust anything that we see on the internet anymore because things are looking too damn good.
That's what I'm saying. We can't believe anything because there's so much AI out here. You don't know what's real, what's fake, and as it gets better and more advanced, we really aren't going to be able to tell.
I was watching this dude. You know how you got the internet comedian dudes or whatever. He walked up to an old gentleman or whatever and was like, "Hey, is this you?" He was playing him a video and stuff. He was like, "Hey, is this you?" He was like, "Yeah, that's me." And then he played in the video. He was like, "Why they caught you stealing panties in the store?" He was like, "Stealing panties in the store?" He was like, "Play the video then." And the other dude played the video for me because the AI can make you look and do anything. He was like, "I ain't never steal no panties from this store." And then he was like, "Well, I gotta call the police now." Woo woo.
That's
crazy. It's one of them things where the older generation can't tell, you know, and even a younger generation might look at it and still be like, "Damn, like this looks like I did
I do this?"
You know, and really make you start questioning things. That's why I think we're gonna get to a time period where it's like, bro, I can't even trust the videos and pictures anymore because I don't know if you AI this or not. Like same thing when we talking about these Epstein files. I don't know what kind of technology the government is going to use and utilize to show videos and pictures of Jeffrey Epstein with Donald Trump. I don't know.
But that's why when it comes, I think things just need to get regulated. And I think it's just so crazy that we're in a time now where we're advancing, but we don't have the laws in place to make sure that we still know what it is,
what's
is.
Real and
you
what's
know what I
fake.
mean? So I feel like if you're using AI, there should be some type of disclaimer on there that you are forced to put on the video, so people ain't just out here thinking and believing that stuff is true when it's not. Like, we have to find some way to get laws in place because the world is moving faster than what we can catch up with, and before you know it, it's going to be out of control and it's just going to be a lot of hoopla.
Yeah, no, I agree. It kind of makes me scared because, like, honestly, when I think about how advanced we are with AI, and this is just the general public, how advanced we are with AI, I wonder how advanced our government was 10 years ago, because they already knew about the, advantages of using AI and things like that. And so that's just where we're at right now.
Right. Now, all right, you guys, that was something juicy. We're going to take what?
I was going to say, that's why I think personally, shout out to Kanika Jenkins and all of her family, may her soul rest peace. And I really think that video that everybody did see and was trying to wonder how she got down into that freezer by herself or whatever, I think what ended up happening is we didn't know it yet at the time, but that video was like an AI doctored video. That's what I truly believe.
I think they just cut some scenes out.
Hey, say what you will.
Maybe some clips or whatever. But yes, you guys, we're going to take a little pause for the cause, take a 3-minute juice break. But when we come back, there is this crazy phenomenon that is going on right now with our youth, with our young men, with our YNs out there, and they are trading in their Nike Techs for quarter zips.
Nike Tech?
Yeah,
quarter zip.
they traded in their Nike Techs for some quarter zip, you guys. And we got to get in on the conversation because I think it's extremely interesting. But yeah, keep it locked, y'all. We got more conversations coming up. Stay locked in. We'll be right back on Jammin' with Juice. But in the meantime, hit us in the chat and join the conversation. We'll take a look on the other side. If you want to stay in the know, you gotta sip on something juicy, where me, your girl Noni Juice, spills the juice on recent headlines you might have missed. From local Milwaukee stories to trending topics and breaking news, you gotta know what's going on. So I'm gonna keep you updated. So don't miss Something Juicy every single weekday in the 7 o'clock hour, exclusively right here on Jammin' with Juice. Keep it juicy, y'all. Jammin' with Juice is officially back, you guys. And you know what? I am so excited to be back with my co-star. Okay, we got Benjamin in the building. Benjamin, how you feeling?
Amazing. No, seriously, Juicy Jammers, it is so great to be back over these airwaves, connected with you all over again. Thank you guys again just for holding it down with us, man, for so long. All the DMs, all the messages, all the likes, the comments.
Y'all definitely were doing your big one, reaching out to us and just keeping the show alive. You know what I'm saying? So now that we are officially back, make sure you tell everybody that you know.
Tell your mama.
Okay, that Jammin' with Juice is back to give you that daily
Tell
drop of
daddy.
juice every single morning, okay? If you gotta go to the gas station, if you at the mall, whoever you run into,
tell
just
your
let them
local
know,
drug dealer.
all right, that they gotta tap into Jammin' with Juice. Ben, you are so crazy.
Okay, let's do it again.
Do it again? No,
Yeah.
let's see how it sounded first.
I don't think that sounded good.
I thought it was beautiful.
I thought the direction was there.
Do it.
Let's just do it one more time.
Do what?
Do it again.
Okay, what's
Tell the people. They listening right now. Tell the people. Tell the people what you need to tell them. What we need to tell them. Cause look, Juicy Jammers, from the bottom of Benjamin heart, I really appreciate you guys. When somebody, gets let go from their job.
We ain't doing that.
No?
We ain't talking about that.
Okay, we ain't doing all that. Just thank you, Juicy Jammers, man. Seriously, I found out throughout this time period. Okay, I don't want to be that deep. I know how to enunciate.
I'm not about to keep playing with you. Cut this up and call it a day.
Whatever, bro. Y'all really want this show?
Bro, this is a 30-second. We back. Tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your sister, tell your brother, tell your auntie, tell your baby daddy.
We back, but we ain't never left, okay? We ain't never left, all right? We just got a new platform, and it's our own platform.
Facts. But yeah, y'all was holding it down. We appreciate it so much. And we are just glad to be able to be back in community with all of you and to, entertain y'all. Because this about to get even crazier. We on our own, Ben. We independent.
INDEPENDENT.
Do you know what that means? All right, Juicy Jammers, we're back from our juice break. We appreciate y'all for still kicking it with us. Now, let's get right back into the conversation on Jammin' with Juice. Are you doing the Drake thing?
It's not the Drake thing, it's the Van Jammin thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Money, cash, and credit cards. That's what we doing. Yeah.
All right. Welcome back, y'all. You're tapped into Jammin' with Juice. Make sure, yes, you guys like, subscribe, follow, share, do all the things. Follow us on all the socials.
Follow us.
Right. Right now, though, you guys, we're going to get into a conversation that I've been telling Ben about like all week because it's just been an interesting phenomenon to me. Like, we always talking about these YNs, right? How these YNs be out here, they be acting crazy. The YNs be out here wearing those what they call ski masks.
Yeah, the poo shiesties.
Yeah, wearing like the poo shiesty masks and all of the things. And now there's like a shift that is happening, and I don't know if it's just trendy right now or if these young brothers, these young YNs, these youngsters out here, if they are having a coming to Jesus moment and they are wanting to level up their life and just be a better individual. But they have now changed their attire, you guys. They're no longer wearing like the Nike Techs out here. And if you don't know what a Nike Tech is, it's pretty much like a Nike like tracksuit, jumpsuit, two-piece type of thing. You might have seen a lot of basketball players and just athletes, or just, it's like athleisure wear pretty much. But sometimes these YNs be wearing their athleisure wear with their ski mask, running around here wreaking havoc, okay, on some people, not all, but some. And now they are finding out about quarter zips. Now, quarter zips to me is like the Thanksgiving fit for
when you about to cut that turkey
for the guys when they want to, you know, meet the mama and meet the daddy at the family and,
look like a nice
you know, go to church or go to work even. But now you got these young brothers trading out their Nike Techs for the quarter zips because they are ready to level up. You know, they don't want to be looked at how they were looked at before. They're on their grown man, okay? They're on their clean man aesthetic. And we got some video done we been of the like the some of the men who are doing these Nike Techs for quarter zips that I want you guys to check out real quick.
Nike Tech. We don't do coffee. It's straight quarter zips and marches around here. He was talking about putting on a Nike Tech to come outside. I told him, what are you doing? You upgraded in life. You wear glasses now. You wear quarter zips. Now, you don't do Nike Tech. You don't do those. Talk to him.
Yo.
Talk to us.
Yesterday I was in the hood. Today I'm wearing this sweater. I'm in Blank Street, gang. Change your life, gang. Put the tech down.
Tech down. Quarter zips up, you heard? Quarter zips and we don't do Nike Tech. We don't do coffee. It's straight quarter zips and marches around here. He was talking about putting on a Nike Tech to come outside. I told him, what are you doing? You upgraded in life.
I'm officially. And one more thing. We're quarter zip dudes now. We don't do those Nike Techs.
No Amiri, no purple jeans, none of that. Not even aloe. Quarter zips.
We don't drink Arizonas, we drink Starbucks. We wear quarter zips. Very demure.
And we go to... This is what I got. A breakfast meal from Starbucks.
I got a cookie. I'm not getting no more snacks.
We don't eat Lay's.
We keep our health.
Very demure, very respectable, stand-up young man.
When I run down, I don't ask for IGs, I ask for LinkedIn. Let me get a connection with you.
All right, you guys. I think that this is so hilarious. I know it's just like a little bit that they're doing, but I don't know. Hopefully, as they're wearing it, they do feel a little bit different, you know, in how they want to show up in the world. But honestly, it led to the question of, like, should your appearance define how people perceive you? Like, is it about what you wear? Is it truly about what you wear as how people should think you are as a person? Like, do clothes actually change a person's behavior?
Does the man make the clothes, or do the clothes make the man?
Period. Ooh, we might put that as the title. But yeah, y'all, that is really what we want to get into, because clothes is a really big thing in people's lives, okay? When it comes to fashion, when it comes to how you look, when it comes to your appearance. But sometimes how you look, I mean, you could get looked at crazy, but should you? You know, is that right? Should you be able to walk into a corporate office space and wear whatever it is that you want to wear and still be taken just as serious? We're going to get into that when we come back. But the phone number is 414-360-8999. And let us know how y'all feel about just your appearance and what that does for your perception out here in this world. All right. So keep it locked. Hour 2 of Jam with Juice is coming up. Don't go nowhere. We're going to take a quick juice break, Juicy Jammers. So now is your time to get your cups, get your refills, stand up and stretch your legs out. Use the bathroom. I don't know. Do something. Just don't go too far, because we'll be right back with more Jammin' with Juice.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm thick cut bacon sizzling on your stove. And while you were over there smearing your bagel, this little piggy went on a splatter spree. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, you'll be crying wee, wee, wee over this fire in your home. So get Allstate.
Contact Milwaukee Allstate agent Cindy Johnson today at 414-445-2558.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
What up? It's me, Ben Jammin. When I wrote my new song, Killer, honestly, I wasn't sure what direction it was going to take. But by the time I finished the chorus, tears started rolling down my face. And I knew this wasn't just a song, it was a story that needed to be told. Growing up, so many of us hear and see messages about who we're supposed to be. Too often, those messages are built on negative stereotypes. We're told we're destined to be gangsters, drug dealers, or killers. And when you hear that long enough, some people start to believe it. They take that path and end up in a place they can't escape, dead or behind bars. Killer tells that story, but it also delivers the lesson that you don't have to be what the world tells you to be. You can be a doctor or a lawyer, a radio host, a game designer, a farmer, whoever you choose to be. It's your life. If this story resonates with you, go listen to my new record, Killer, now streaming on Spotify and Apple Music. It's amazing.
Yes, me. Make Jammin' with Juice with no need. On our way to the T.O.P. with our cities on our back like we gon' see.
Who is Carrie Noni, aka your girl Noni Juice? Well, if you're new here, I'm a Midwest girly born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and have always had big media dreams. I have my bachelor's in broadcast journalism and a minor in communication. Your girl is certified, okay? And when I'm not on these Jammin' with Juice airwaves, you'll catch me rocking the mic as the in-game host at Brewers or Marquette basketball games, while also building my media empire on my Noni Juice YouTube page and social media. So I invite you to follow the journey and get this daily drop of juice. Got a business, event, or brand you want the city to know about? You gotta let them know about it here. Jammin' with Juice is where the people are listening, laughing, and showing love every single morning. Let's put your brand right in the mix. Whether it's an on-air mention, interview, or social media promo, we've got options that make sense for you. So if you're ready to get your message in front of our Juicy Jammers, hit us up at jamminwithjuice@gmail.com and let's work.
All right, Juicy Jammers, we're here, and we ain't going nowhere. So hit the chat and tell us how you really feel. We know you ain't got no filter. Yeah, right now. Give me my money right now. I said like that. Needing my quarter zips. Needing my quarter zips.
Yeah.
Need them quarter zips.
Need them quarter zips. Them
Need
quarter
my quarter
zips. Them
zip.
pack of. me not do that.
Need him out quarter zip.
Ooh, what's this one? All right, anyway, welcome to hour 2 of Jammin' with Juice, you guys. Thanks so much for tapping in. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe this live cast, this broadcast, and let us know how you guys are feeling about it, all right? The number that you guys can call in as we get into the conversation is 414-360-8999.
Call me now.
Call me now. Who was that? Cleo?
Yeah, Miss Cleo.
I hope she's doing
her fake
well
ass
in life.
She was a fake psychic.
Okay, I bet
but she was making that money.
Went to her.
You know what? Funny story.
Went to her.
I didn't go to her, but my sister definitely called Miss Cleo a bunch of times. So much so, back in the day, you used to get a phone bill. Each and every month. My mom had snapped on my sister like, "You calling this fake ass psychic? She can't tell you nothing about your future." So,
all right. Well, you guys, we are talking about this change that's happening. There's a shift happening with our youth, with our young men. And honestly, I thought it was just the young black men, but no, I've been seeing some white men talking about this as well.
Okay, no.
But they are trading in their Nike tracksuits, their quote unquote YN fit that they be wearing out here in these streets with the ski mask and the jumpsuits, and they're trading them in for a quarter zip. Now, I do got some people in the chat who was saying, what the heck is a quarter zip? Josh Jermaine said, I must be an unk now, LOL, because I don't get it. What are quarter
zip dudes now?
And so
we don't do those
zips,
Nike.
they are pretty much like a sweater. It's like a sweater, but it got a zipper in the middle. That's how I look at it.
Right.
It's something real comfortable. You can wear it to work in the corporate space. You can wear it to Thanksgiving, like I said before, if you want to meet the family of like your new girlfriend or something like that. You wear it to Christmas. It's like, it's a quarter zip. That's a T-Pain. He's wearing a quarter zip right there.
T-Pain is wearing a quarter zip right there.
Now, I don't understand why they're putting the ties underneath. I feel like that's a little bit much.
I ain't gonna lie, having the tie in the quarter zip is a little bit much. Like I'm not wearing, because I got a quarter zip. I got a quarter zip at the crib, but I'm not finna wear it with the tie. That's just a little bit too much for me. However, I do think it's very fashionable, and it's actually pretty comfortable too. I like the material that quarter zips are typically made out of. But
no, they look pretty nice.
Yeah, and it's like it's a good transition. It's a good transition in contrast to what folks used to wear. People used to wear the wife beaters with their ass out. With the underwear showing. That was the typical YN fit right there that this gentleman is sporting. And I was always like, what are these dudes? Are they all gay? They want their ass out like that? But at the same time, when they switching it up and they're putting the quarter zips on, I think what we're actually seeing is a protest against the image that has been shown to us. It's like, man, we can actually be better than what y'all think we are. So how about we dress a little bit better?
Exactly. And
look good, feel good.
I 100% understand where they're coming from. I know that this is kind of like a little joke. It's not nothing that should be taken seriously, but some people are kind of taking this seriously to the extent of saying, well, what is them switching from Nike Techs to quarter zips really saying about our people and, like you're saying, the mindset of our youth, because some would say, well, why does a young black man, I'm just going to talk about black people right now. I understand some white people are doing too, some white youth, but
our YCs out there.
Our YCs. But when it comes to our black men and just black people in general, people are making it a little bit deeper than what it has to be. And they are asking the question of, why is it that we are saying just because they have these quarter zips on and they're changing their appearance that they all of a sudden should be taken more seriously? Like, what is it about their appearance that if they're wearing streetwear clothes, they're not going to be able to be taken or be respected versus when they are in a quarter zip? Like, where is that mindset even coming from? And they're trying to say that, are you saying they're trying to be gentrified? You know what I mean? Like, is that a white thing where you have to look a certain way in order to be in certain spaces? And I thought that was an interesting conversation, because you look at some of these celebrities today, when you have like Jay-Z, right? And he's got his locks, wicks. What would you call Jay-Z's hair at the time? I know he cut him. I think he cut him, but allegedly.
He ain't cut them joints yet, did he?
Allegedly.
I got something else for that. If that actually does happen,
I don't think he really did, but
I think Jay-Z will cut him again one day, but just not today.
Right. But eventually when he does cut them, but for right now, like Jay-Z being really big places, okay? He's making billion-dollar deals and he's walking in the room. Probably, I don't know, he might be wearing a suit, he might be wearing a Nike tech, but some would look at his hair as if you're not being presentable, you know? But I think he's doing that for a purpose, him and J. Cole. Mm-hmm. They're trying to say, like, listen, how I look and what my appearance does not define who I am. And it should not be how y'all look at me or how y'all perceive me or even how you guys treat me, because I could wear a Nike tech, I could wear a jumpsuit, sweatsuit, whatever it is, and walk into the room and have more knowledge about what it is we're about to discuss than some people who look like a corporate salesman. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's necessarily about what you wear. I 100% think it is about the mindset. However, I think that there are some little rules and caveats to it. I'm not gonna lie to you, because I don't think you should wear like a bonnet to a work meeting.
I think that I agree with that.
And that has nothing to do with like how intelligent you are. I just think that looks ugly.
I'm not gonna say it looks ugly, because some bonnets I actually do like. I'm like, man, babe, you look good in your bonnet. However, you know, there's a time and place for everything, and I don't think you should bring quote unquote all of your streetwear into, you know, some settings, depending on your, you know, your profession or who you actually trying to not necessarily impress, but what conversation you may be having, or who you're trying to attract to yourself, because you yourself are your own brand. When it comes down to this whole quarter zip idea, I think it's a good idea to absorb within inside of all of our communities, especially for our youth, simply because, you know, from the past 5 years, this whole ski mask thing to me has gotten out of hand. All right. I personally think the only reason these kids were wearing ski masks was because of Pooh Shiesty and the pandemic. All right. We needed masks at the time to cover up our mouths. The ski mask did exactly that, and it was stylish. But now it's time to move on and transcend and get back to what we used to actually wear. You know, when I'm talking about
Which is what?
Again, the whole suit idea. Do you not know there are so many YNs or whatever, and so many of our youth right now who don't even know how to put on a suit or don't have any kind of suit? Mm-hmm. And I think you need a different type of style for each and every type of occasion, for sure. Like I know one particular one particular young black man that I know who's like, bro, if I gotta go somewhere, I'm not in a suit, I'm not going to that place. And I'm like, dog, why? And he has so many different reasons why, but at the same time, it's like, dog, learn how to elevate yourself. You know, you don't understand why. Like, okay, sure, you can wear your at-home clothes at home. You can wear your pajamas when you're at home in the crib. But when you're stepping out to a place of business, or if you're stepping out into the world, you want to present yourself out to the world in a good.
But who created what that image looks like?
I see what you're saying. You're talking about the standard of what that is, and a bit of it is of how America. Is how American culture tells you what you should wear. Mm-hmm. However, I feel like because of who we are as a people, we know how to throw our own flavor and essence on that thing. Even though these dudes are wearing quarter zips, and some people would have said, "Oh man, that was a white boy fashion style." You really got to dial back and understand that Lacoste wear, you know, the little alligator, that was a black man, a black tennis player who used to wear those types of things. So when we talk about what we got going on, it still is eccentric to black culture anyway.
But I don't know though, because it makes me wonder, like, obviously I'm finna take it like way far back, like where did we even get the idea that we had to dress like that in the first place? Because when it comes to like black culture and what we wear, I feel like we created the like streetwear look. Like that to me is what black culture is. That to me is how we would choose to express ourselves. But then when we wanted to go to a place where we thought we had to look a little bit more classy, we threw on, you know, something else. We threw on some trousers with, like, you know, when you were going to church, like the church fits, you know, because of religion, that is how you were taught that you should dress to present yourself to the Lord and to all of the people. But it just makes me think, like, man, what really is our what makes something classy where you're like, oh, I have to wear a suit to this event because I want to be looked at or I want to be taken seriously. You know,
I will say this, as they say, when it comes down to what's the term I'm looking for, color It's like color identity as you present yourself through to the rest of the world. When you typically wear more solid colors, again, like how you guys can see right now, T-Pain wearing his quarter zip. This solid color right here,
that navy blue,
yeah, the navy
with the
blue.
powder blue underneath.
Right. This here signals to somebody else that you are confident in who you are. It signals confidence. But if you're a person who typically wears a lot of different colors, a lot of different graphic tees, it shows and expresses to somebody else that, hey, you may not be as confident, but you may be a person who is a little bit more on the creative side. So you're signaling to other people who you are each and every day through through what clothes that you wear. Now, if you care what they think, then fine, but if you don't, fine, that's fine too. It's just what you want to do and how you want to present yourself to the rest of the world. Like I said before, the fashion style where dudes were just wearing because there's a lot of hood dudes out here who would just wear they'd wear the skinny jeans and they'd have like the color draws on, if you will, right? And you could legitimately see what draws they are wearing, and more than likely the belt that they have on, because they want to show off the belt that they wear, and they want to show off the fact that they got on some I'm just going to throw out a name, some polo draws on. They want to show and signal to the rest of the world that this is what I got, and this is supposed to equate to the fact that I feel valuable and I feel like I have some money to myself. However, to the next person, it may signal to them that you may be an ignorant individual and your ass just might stink.
414-360-8999. Can you wear whatever you want to wear and still be respected, or do you have to kind of blend into what society is forcing you to dress up as to be looked at as safe? I'm going to disagree with you, though, about T-Pain and his quarter zip that he's currently wearing, because you said that makes it look like somebody is confident, or people would perceive that to be that they're confident. And I think I don't want to say I think the opposite, but when you dress like that, I feel like you want to blend in. I feel like you want to not stand out, and you don't have that much confidence, so you wear what everybody else is kind of wearing in order to not be seen visually, to make it look like you're not here to disrupt anything. But when you do wear colors, I look at that as you are being extremely confident, because you are bold, you're out there, you want to be seen, you want to make a statement. And I'm not talking about like the showing your color, your underwear, but I'm just saying in general, when you wear loud colors, it feels like you want to have all eyes on you. And maybe some people look at that as fake confidence, you're overdoing it. But I would say if you wear a lot of colors, that you are 100% sure of yourself, and you might be a very fashionable person, because everybody don't know how to put colors together, especially if you're somebody who likes to color block with your fashion. That's what I'll say about that one. But I don't know. I just think it's like, man, it's just an interesting thing to me, because just because these young men are going to put on these quarter zips, which I appreciate, I find it very funny, I find it hilarious, and hopefully this does elevate their mindset and change their attitude. But I don't want this to be just like a little fad for them to switch up for the time being, and then they start doing things they're not supposed to do in the quarter zips. You know what I mean? Because now there was a video of some young man who had his quarter zip on, but he was chasing his fellow classmates with a belt because they weren't wearing a quarter zip. And it's like, the mindset doesn't necessarily change every single time that you switch up your outfit. It's really something that you have to want and do for yourself. And I don't think that is determined by what it is that you're wearing. I
mean, look, like I said before, when it comes down to the clothes that you wear, you are signaling something to the rest of the world when you do. Like, it's one of them things, like right now, if somebody walked in here and was wearing one of those doctor coats, you would believe that this person was a doctor.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, oh man, this person's a doctor. If another person came in here wearing a chef's hat, or had the apron on, you think they about to cook.
There are different uniforms.
There's uniforms for things, and that's exactly what I'm saying. So for young gentlemen right now throwing on the quarter zips, they're signaling something out to the rest of the world, basically saying, "Hey, take us a little bit more serious." Because a lot of times, black men, no matter where you go and how high you climb up in the corporate ladders, you typically aren't looked at as being taken as serious sometimes, just based off of the clothing that you may wear. And that's why, like you said before, with the Jay-Z's and J. Cole's and everybody else in the hip-hop community that has rose up the ranks, they do try different ways they do try different ways on a smaller level to still signal to those folks at the top that, hey, I may wear dreads or I may wear my hair like this or I may talk like this, but I can still articulate myself at a level, at your level or at a higher level than you. I may be smarter than you. You can't just judge me by my clothing that I do wear. However, when you do throw on some different clothes, you are typically looked at differently.
Yeah, you are. I just would want it to be a little bit deeper than just switching your clothes, because if you're going to switch the clothes but then still not take yourself seriously and still do things that, I don't know, that you used to do in your past, then what was the point, know?
I mean, I agree with what you're saying, Juice, but at the same time, it's one of them things, like I said, it's all about communication, and I think also when you do throw on different clothes, you typically do feel a little different about yourself. Now, does that mean that your maturity level is going to get up to the level of a doctor, whomever, as soon as you throw it on? Yeah, no, because you haven't had that life experience yet. However, I guarantee you, if you started to wear that each and every day, you would start to think about other people who do wear these types of things, and you would start to align yourself more with those types of individuals.
Yeah, and I wouldn't disagree with that at all. Now, is there a certain... Dude said, we got a breakthrough. No, I'm kidding. I do think that there are certain things that because I personally, I'm not going to lie to y'all, I do judge people based off of how they dress. I do. It's unfortunate.
We going to go through all of this, and this is what you going to do now.
Yeah, because I think we all do. I think we all have some type of like image in our head of when we see certain things, we might get uncomfortable or we might feel a little bit more safe. Like I'm not gonna lie about that. If I see somebody walking towards me and they're wearing all black and they are 100% covered up, I am going to be a little bit more on edge, because I'm like, okay, I don't know why this person is so covered up like this. You know what I mean? That's like a uniform of somebody
it's uncomfortable, bro.
Who it can be, for sure. Somebody dressed in like all black.
All black Air Force Ones.
No, I'm just saying all black in general, and you can't see their face. Like, come on now. That's crazy to me. Like, it's just a thing. I'm not saying that it's right that we do it. I'm just saying it's something that we do.
Yeah.
That is what I'm saying. It's something that we do. And I think we all do it a little bit just in our head, just subconsciously, and it's not something we should do all the time, because like I'm saying, you can still wear your streetwear clothes and you should be taken seriously as someone who should be respected. Like, what you wear should not determine if you get a certain job or whatever it is, but it is something that we do. I do be judging people. One of the first things girls look at on a guy is their shoes.
Yeah, that's real.
And so when you be walking around here in your, Mexican J's, like, people be looking at that. People probably be judging you for that, Ben.
That's true, and I think that's sad.
It is sad because it's just shoes.
It is just shoes, and that's really, shout out to my grandma, my grandmother Hooks. All right, I remember a long time ago, I probably was like 10, 11 years old, but one thing that she said she just hated about people is that, especially just being in Racine, she was like, man, Racine is a city that people will look at your shoes and think they know your whole life, but that's how our, upbringing has brought us up. People will look at you and judge you by what you're wearing and think that they know you.
Like, if you're wearing a dashiki, they gonna be like, oh, they some woke individual.
Yeah, and if you're a white person wearing a dashiki, this wannabe, But it's one of them things where, I think it is somewhat sad because it's very dismissive, especially if you're not allowing that person to just be themselves. And that's why, even for myself, the lifestyle that I live and the person that I am, in corporate settings that I've been in, I knew I was hired to be a creative. So I dressed like an artist. That's who I am. I'm an artist. That's exactly who I am. I am an artist, the greatest artist of all time. There's an article about me being the greatest artist of all time on TMJ4. Shout out to Steph Connects and stuff. But with that being said, it's one of them things where, I wish people didn't judge people like that. Like, I'll never forget, when I was like 12, 13 years old, my dad had came around and I went up to Minnesota for a weekend with him, and he pulled me to the side. He was like, son, you're embarrassing me. And I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, where's your belt at? You don't have a belt on. And I truly didn't even own a belt at the time.
Older people, they be wanting you to pull them pants up.
All the way
up.
And
they gonna be like, you need to have the suspenders. That's what they call.
I am not going to lie. For real.
You need some suspenders.
I own some suspenders now in my ages of 30s, and I'm telling you, I do like some good suspenders, man. They feel good. Great back support. I see why older people wear them. Suspenders are great. I like suspenders. However, when you're a young man just trying to grow up and find yourself, try to find your identity, you're going to look out there into the world and try to see where you fit. And that's where I think, the whole clothing idea comes in at, because the whole time you're just trying to find your identity. You're trying to find out who you are. So you may be a person who sags your pants, but right now at this moment, but when you get a little bit older, you're like, well, you know what? Belt ain't too bad.
Belt ain't too bad.
And really, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't really start even wearing belts.
Some kids only was getting belts when they was getting beat, bro.
No,
that's the only time they had.
But I wouldn't even really wear a belt until I got about like 19, 20 years old. And when I started throwing on a belt, I was like, man, this is actually pretty good. Like, I don't have to pull my pants up all the time, or for a young individual who grew up in the time period where ski mask was like the actual a fashion sense. It's a fashion style. That's exactly what a ski mask became. It's a fashion style. Not all these people wearing ski masks are trying to rob you. Some of them just doing it because this is what they identify as at the time. They may grow up and throw on one of these quarter zips.
Right. And I'm like, it is unfortunate though, because now we have that image in our mind that when we see somebody with a ski mask on, we automatically feel like they can't just be going skiing. They got to be out here committing some type of crime. Because whenever we see, I got a Ring door. I have a Ring camera for our door, y'all. And when I tell you
about our security.
When I tell you that on the Ring app, I'm constantly getting notifications of people putting in there of the crimes that's going on in the communities, and they uploading like some of our youth committing these crimes. What do you think they all are wearing?
Ski masks.
They are wearing them daggone ski masks, and I'm like, fam, come on now. Is that the uniform?
Currently right now
for the kids now, and when they're about to go do something crazy? Because that is what I am seeing. I'm not seeing anything different. I'm seeing the Nike Techs. I'm seeing the ski mask. However, I don't think it's fair that we judge all of them, because there are some that are really good out there who don't commit no crimes, who probably do want to be the next Jay-Z out here, be a billionaire, and they should be treated as such. But it is hard to differentiate between the two when you are shown this one image the entire time, which is why the media is so powerful. Because the media has made it seem like the people who commit the crimes the most are the people on the north side, or they are black people, when really it be other crimes going on that they just don't be reporting on,
Correct.
So imagery and how you feel about or how you see people is so important, because that's like a lasting impression that you are definitely going to have, So I'm the type of person who likes to be real chill, wear chill clothes and all that stuff, but I understand there is like a time and a place, and unfortunately I can't wear my chill clothes all the time, which sucks.
That's okay. But call in right now, Juicy Jammers, at 414-360-8999 so you can get your voice heard, okay? And right now we're about to head to the call line.
I think I know who it is.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't know who this is.
Make sure you put the desktop audio on.
All right, who we got on? Who we talking to?
Hey, y'all. It's Anita. How y'all doing this morning?
Anita Nicole.
No.
What's good? How you doing? How you been?
I'm good. Miss Anita.
How y'all doing this morning?
Amazing.
Where do say?
I am cracking up off of this conversation because this is so funny to me. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it quick. So I'm the type of person I don't really care kind of person, and that really translates sometimes in how I move on particular days. So I can, I work corporate America, yada yada yada, right? So I might have on some corporate gear. I might have on my church gear, depending on the day. So I go into the store and I get the, hey, ma'am, good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, you can get in this line, ma'am. Like, it's so funny to me. And I'll be like, oh, I'm ma'am today. And so, or it's, like, little, let me help you. It's like, okay, this is cute. This is funny. So then there's other days, and this is when my family is real irritated with me. I will leave out, like, if it's cleanup day or if it's, I just need to grab something day. I might, no offense to anybody, but I might look like I'm in between blessings. I might look like I'm on the struggle bus. And I don't care. Right? And I really don't care. Like, I really don't care. They be like, ain't you scared you gonna see somebody? I'm like, I don't care. I just need to grab some bleach. Like, I don't be caring. And it'd be funny because then all of a sudden, we need to see your receipt. We need to check your bag. Or like I buy like a lot of expensive seafood in bulk. when it's on sale. So I can go to one store dressing one way, and it's like, okay, how much would you like? Thank you. Okay, we gonna weigh it. And I'll never forget, I went to the grocery store. I don't know if it was the Metro Mart, Pick and Say, I don't know what it was, over there, over by Greenfield and Brown Deer, Green Bay Avenue, whatever, and Brown Deer, whatever that is over there.
Yeah.
I promise you, I got the same exact thing. They literally looked at me and said, we got to take all of this up to the front, so when you ready to check out, you can go get it from the front.
Damn.
When you know.
So you got racially profiled.
Yes, and so, and you know, me being me, what I do for a profession, and you know, me just loving the community. Oh, I escalated that thing real fast.
Right.
I was like, I need the manager, I need this person, I need the district number. I was on their neck. They was like, what? And I said, and because it was very expensive, and I said, and by the way, I said, just because I look like this don't mean nothing. This is my regular buy. Right. I said, you know, I'm offended. I said, but I'm also offended for my people. Oh, I let them have it. But I said all that to say, yes, I do not care. You might see me one day and want to hand me $1, and you might see me the next day and want to give and ask me for $1. It is what it is. Don't judge people. I'm from 53206, so I get it. I always say I'm just a humble girl from the hood. I'm doing what I do. Don't judge me. You might get me looking crazy. You might get me looking fancy, but you ain't going to never find me spending too much money on nothing. So I just thought this conversation was hilarious. So I appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
No, I appreciate you, Anita. God bless you.
Tapping in.
Be safe, all right?
Yep. Absolutely. You too. Love y'all.
Love you too. Bye.
Seriously. Love you too. God bless
Bye.
you.
It is interesting. I'm not gonna lie to you, because we all do be judging based off of how people look. Like, it's just something that we do. We shouldn't, for sure.
100%.
You got Trey Tay in the chat saying Speedy Norman wears his sweatsuits wherever he goes, and that's very true. Speedy does. But one thing about Speedy, he gonna always be clean cut though.
He finna go ahead and
he be real clean cut, and it's almost like you can't have two things at the same time. You can't also, in some people's eyes, I'm not saying this is law, but I'm saying you can't be looking scruffy and then also be wearing like something crazy, because then people really gonna assume that, like, okay, what's going on? But then if you got a haircut and you dressing with like a sweatsuit on, I feel like people still look at you, better, in a better light.
And you look a little bit more relaxed, but you look approachable, especially if you're light-skinned. But that's how people are. Like, again, even when I pull up this T-Pain joint, right? Like, they say, look, I don't have any glasses on right now, right? So I don't look as intelligent. But as soon as you throw glasses on, you're perceived as more intelligent. People will tell you this. This is an actual legitimate thing. So, every time you're throwing on your clothes, you are always communicating to the rest of the world how you're always communicating to the rest of the world how they believe they should actually approach you. It's so unfortunate that Miss Anita Nicole ended up being racially profiled based off of what she dressed like, and it's not interesting, but it's a little insight into Black Americans' world, because sometimes, depending on however you may dress, they may look at you and talk to you a certain way just because they believe you're not as intellectually stable as somebody else may be. So it's just the way the world is, man, and you either gonna get with it or get lost.
No, I agree.
Unless you want to go live naked, I like being naked personally.
Shout out to all the young men. If I can be my birthday suit every day. Shout out to all the young men out there who are wearing their quarter zips. I hope it has a lasting impression on you, and I hope you feel the difference that people how they approach you. And I hope it does change your mindset in the process.
Because to Anita Nicole's point, like, I remember one time I actually got racially profiled at a theater in Oak Creek, and I know one of the biggest reasons was because what I was wearing. If anybody knows Jammin's attire, I have a jumpsuit. All right, that's basically like a Boondocks. It's my red one. Got Boondocks all on there. A little Riley holding up guns and all these things, but it's really my relaxed wear. It's my relaxed wear. Yeah. Riley on there, and then you got Huey. But it's my relaxed wear. But I was out on.
I would have looked at you funny too.
I was out there on Valentine's Day, and I got racially profiled. These police officers pulled me to the side and was like, "Hey, are you such and such?" And I was like, "Nah, man. Like, I'm on the radio. Like, I'm just here with my girl for Valentine's Day. Leave me alone." And they was like, "Can we see some ID? You look like such and such." And I was like, "Nah, y'all tripping." They ended up showing me a dude, and I've never had dreads a day in my life. They showed me a dude who had dreads and was like, "Man, this looks just like you." And I was like, "Bro, that's not me at all. Y'all are freaking tripping." You know, part of me wished I would have just sat back and let them do their whole nine and then told the story and showed more video on air the next day. But, you know, all I'm saying is, you know, depending on what you wear, you may be racially profiled, especially being in this here America. Like my brother. I remember my brother when I was younger. I was probably like 6, 7 years old. He got racially profiled for wearing a Michael Jordan jersey, the Bulls jersey, at the time. This is like 1998. And he got racially profiled, thrown in jail and everything because they said he looked like some other dude who had on a Michael Jordan jersey. You know, so that's the type of things that may happen to you depending on what you wear. So if you can distinguish yourself from the others, if you will, or whatever, by throwing on a quarter zip or just by being who you are and looking a little bit more professional, then why not? You look good, you feel good, and you'll communicate that out to the rest of the world, for real.
Yep, I like what Deion Sanders always say. If you look good, you feel good, they pay good.
Hey,
something along those lines.
Hey, that's the truth right there.
When you look good, you feel good, and they pay you good.
Mm-hmm.
Got to give me some money. All right, I think it's time for us to talk about
what we talking about.
The rabbit hole.
What rabbit hole?
Yours.
It is time for us to go down the rabbit hole. Okay, Juicy Jammer. So if you don't know what a rabbit hole is, it is a piece of information you find on the internet or experience in real life that takes you from one piece of information you find to another, up until your curiosity is satisfied. And today, Juicy Jammers, we could talk about how two twins.
Turn that thing down.
Right, like that?
Loud in my ears.
Okay, bet. I got you. We could talk about how two twins. Actually, I'll turn this all the way down. Two twins, the Kessler twins, a German entertainment duo, died together by assisted suicide. All right, I thought that was so interesting that two twin sisters, decided to die together. And I was like, what? This is what we're doing these days. Mind you,
it's not the first time I've heard about that.
Assisted suicide?
Mm-hmm.
It's just
like together.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. I don't want to look. When God want me to go, God want me to go. I'm not finna press no button on myself. I ain't doing none of that. I'd probably actually die before the machine even took my life. Like, this is happening? Oh my God, don't turn it back. Hold up. Get the hitting on the hell no, I can't do that type of stuff, man. It would be too scary for me. All right. We could talk about that. But no, today, Juicy Jammers, we're going to talk about a question I have. And
what's the question you have, Ben?
And that question is, are your AirPods good for you? Are your AirPods good for you? Is the Bluetooth devices that you guys hold up and put into your ears, are they good for you? Okay, when we return, Juicy Jammers, we'll talk about that. So stand back and stand by for the next 3 minutes to take a juice break, because when we come back, we finna take a trip down the rabbit hole. Are your AirPods good for you? Are they healthy? Are they reading your brain waves and selling your intellectual data and property and sending it to third-party places? Sounds crazy, but I know it's not. Juicy Jammers, but while you wait, make sure to go to our Instagram and follow and like our page, Jammin' with Juice. When we return, I will make sure to get on Carrie's nerves. See you soon, Juicy Jammers. Yo, what's up? It's me, your boy, Ben Jammin'. And when I need that fresh fade, that clean lineup, I only hit one spot ever, okay? And it's just called New Image Barbershop in Racine, Wisconsin. They don't just cut hair, they create confidence, all right? From fades to tapers, from beards to dreads. They'll have you looking brand new each and every time you walk out that chair. Walk-ins always welcome, appointments easy peasy, and the vibe is immaculate. So if you're in Racine and you want to step out looking like a new image, pull up to the shop that keeps the city fresh. That's New Image, where every cut's a masterpiece.
If you want to stay in the know, you gotta sip on Something Juicy, where me, your girl Noni Juice, spills the juice on recent headlines you might have missed. From local Milwaukee stories to trending topics and breaking news, you gotta know what's going on. So I'm gonna keep you updated. So don't miss Something Juicy every single weekday in the 7 o'clock hour, exclusively right here on Jammin' with Juice. Keep it juicy, y'all.
What's up, Juicy Jammers? It's me, your boy, Ben Jammin. And when I'm not on this mic entertaining you all with my rabbit holes and laughs on Jammin' with Juice, I'm writing songs that express the other side of my Gemini. See, the heavens and the earth, they're both dual in nature, finding that balance between your heart's desires and reality, and that's what I see as one of my greatest gifts. So tap into Jammin' with Juice each and every day, because even if your cup feels half empty, you'll always leave with your cup filled. It's amazing.
Got a business, event, or brand you want the city to know about? You gotta let them know about it here. Jammin' with Juice is where the people are listening, laughing, and showing love every single morning. Let's put your brand right in the mix. Whether it's an on-air mention, interview, or social media promo, we've got options that make sense for you. So if you're ready to get your message in front of our Juicy Jammers, hit us up at jamminwithjuice@gmail.com and let's work.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm thick cut bacon sizzling on your stove. And while you were over there smearing your bagel, this little piggy went on a splatter spree. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, you'll be crying wee, wee, wee over this fire in your home. So get Allstate.
That's right, y'all. You gotta get Allstate. So contact Milwaukee Allstate agent Cynthia Johnson today.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
And we're back. The juice break is over. So it's time to pour more of the juiciest conversations to get your day going. Let's get it. It's the AirPods. Don't put them in your ear or you'll get blocked.
Woo,
yeah.
woo.
It's the AirPods.
AirPods.
It's the Bluetooth.
Bluetooth.
Get the ones with the strings so you don't lose.
Don't
Do
lose.
it now.
Do it
Go
now.
run up and put it in your mouth.
In your mouth.
But not in your mouth. Because it goes in your ears.
In your ear. Nasty ear.
Make it clear.
Tune ear. Form it
Like
in
a
your
chandelier.
head. Form it in your head. Might mess around, end up dead. Because you was trying to listen, but you didn't listen.
You was just spitting.
I hope you listen.
All right.
All right. Juice, why are you so crazy,
Dude,
bro?
tell me about your rabbit hole.
I was waiting for you to bring it back. All right,
You
Juicy
bring it
Jammers,
back.
we're back. We're back,
I'm
man.
tired. My voice gone.
Right, hey, it's only it's early in the morning.
Woo!
All right, Juicy Jammers, I think it's time for us to go down the rabbit hole. Okay, so first off, Juicy Jammers, if you don't know what a rabbit hole is, it is a piece of information you find on the internet or experienced in real life that takes you from one piece of information you find to another, up until your curiosity is satisfied. And today, Juicy Jammers, for November 20th?
You need glasses.
No, I saw the 20th, but I'm kind of flabbergasted.
I
like,
said
I'm
that
taken
this
back.
morning. You didn't hear me?
It's just one of them things. I'm like, damn, the 20th.
Because I literally said, man, it's the 20th already. You say, yeah, man, it's crazy.
It is crazy, man. But nothing crazier than this. All right. So, okay. So first off, today for November 20th, my rabbit hole question is: your AirPods good for you? Are your AirPods good for you? They're popular. They're promoted to you. They look like a nice, cool tool. It seems like the technology that we can buy at Best Buy or even order on the internet and online only helps us out of convenience, right? It seems convenient to not have the wired headphones anymore. What do I need a wire for, right? We thought that this was only for old people, okay? But actually, this rabbit hole question of mine, it started a few years back, all right? It started when I even was first introduced to Bluetooth devices. This is like roughly 0809. You know, I remember when Bluetooth devices just started to emerge on the scene. And next thing you know, you could almost see anyone walking around in the grocery store talking and having a full-blown conversation with what seemed like nobody but themselves. All right, then a lot of people who used to have the Bluetooth in their head, you'd be like, damn, who the hell are they talking to? Like, they seemed like they was just talking and looked a little crazy. However, they were using a technology called Bluetooth to still that can actually transmute and transfer your audio over to somebody else's device. All right. But with that being said, it seemed like they was talking to only themselves. But as I found out about how technology was advancing, I found out you didn't even need a phone anymore to communicate. Back in my day, in the late 1900s, you needed a hardware called a phone, all right, to actually communicate with people. You could use, but now, because of technology's advancement, you could use things such as a smartwatch to talk to people. You could use headphones like AirPods to talk to people. You could even use a necklace to talk to people as long as it was Bluetooth enabled. You can put it on basically any type of merchandise if you like. That's what they're selling it how they do. Like even the rings that they got. Anyway, now I know it seemed and felt like all of this was a seamless transition from the hardware we used to use for communication called telephones. But when I started seeing people who wore those smartwatches for too long wind up with radiation burns on their wrist, I knew something was up with these devices. Have you ever seen that, Juice?
I don't know.
Yeah, you can. Some people who wear their smartwatches and stuff like that for way too long, they end up with a bunch of radiation burns on their actual skin.
I've never seen that.
Yes, I've definitely seen it firsthand before, and I was like, hell in the F no, something's up with these devices. Actually. Some people wear them for too long, and they legitimately have radiation burns because the frequencies that's being emitted off of the smartwatch devices. All right, from the Apple Watch to the Android Watch to any one of these things. Anyway, when they would wear those smartwatches for too long, they would wind up with radiation burns on their wrist. I knew something was up with these devices, and Miss Carrie Noni Juice finally started to believe the information I've been telling her for years at this point, okay? Because my rabbit holes sound crazy, but it couldn't be further from the truth, all right? It couldn't be further from the truth.
How I get in it?
You sent me a video last night, Juice, and normally I don't even take your considerations of what my rabbit hole should be.
Yes, you do.
Until I decided to be like, you know what? I'm finna go ahead and use her video just because I am glad that you are siding with my idealisms now, okay? And understanding why the rabbit holes are what they are, okay? So she sent me a video yesterday about these devices, and I said, why not share it with the Juicy Jammers? So you know what, Juicy Jammers? I think it is time for us to go down the rabbit hole. Turn this up a little bit. Let me see this. Hold on, y'all. We going down the rabbit hole. Let's turn this up. Where's the damn volume at? There we go.
You gotta protect the brain.
It's not a conspiracy theory, guys. I love that athletes are waking up to this.
Hold on. There we go. Let's do this.
Uh-oh, here we go. Not the logins.
No, we ain't doing no login. We're going to do this. There we go. Now we'll press play.
All have in common, guys.
Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, Ben Skoranek, A-Rod. More and more athletes are finally starting to understand the danger behind wireless technology like Bluetooth headphones.
You gotta protect the brain.
It's not a conspiracy theory, guys. I love that athletes are waking up to this. There's a 2024 randomized controlled study in humans showing that sleeping next to a 2.45 gigahertz signal, which is exactly what comes out of your phone, changed sleep architecture. It disrupted sleep quality. There's another recent observational cohort that correlated the use of Bluetooth headphones with an increased incidence of thyroid nodules. There's mounting evidence that radio frequency EMF actually affect human physiology, and why wouldn't it? It's something we've never been exposed to as humans throughout our history. Look, RF EMF EMF is not ionizing. It's not X-rays. No, it can't directly damage your DNA. But electromagnetic radiation doesn't have to be ionizing in power to actually affect physiologic processes happening in your body. Bluetooth AirPods, we just don't know what these could do to your brain, the salivary glands, to your thyroid long term. Use wired headphones as much as possible. When your cell phone is in your pocket, put it on airplane mode. For the love of God. There are multiple studies that suggest that putting this next to your genitals can also affect sperm quality and fertility. So I think for now, the safest thing is for us to minimize our exposure to RF EMF as much as possible until we know more about this. Send this to somebody you know who spends far too much time every day with their AirPods in their head and isn't even thinking about the fact that those are little microwaves right across their brain all day long.
Yep, little microwaves going across your brain. That's what exactly is happening to a lot of people who decide to use things like AirPods and or the Meta glasses. All right, which I want to say, I actually had a pair of Meta glasses and I knew for a fact something was amiss. I knew something was afoot because ultimately, while I was wearing the glasses and things of that nature, I just knew when I was sending video camera footage from my glasses to the cloud that was into my phone, something in my brain waves was happening. I was like, nah, bro, it's just not right. It didn't feel good. So I returned them joints and got my money back. But with that being said, I hope after you guys, I hope after you guys think about these new devices that we've been using differently, for the Meta glasses to even the VR headsets. I actually got a VR headset for my PlayStation 5, started playing around with that thing, which is honestly, to be honest with you, is one of the coolest devices that I've ever used in my life. However, about after an hour of playtime with that, it was just too much for my brain. Maybe my brain just got too tired of all the inner workings and mechanics, but it was just too much for me, man. And I was like, nah, bro, the future that we are headed to, being led and pioneered by people like Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos and, Elon Musk, may not be the healthiest options for all of us to live and survive. I mean, even with the idea that Kamala Harris being the government employee that she is and how high she grew up in the ranks, she even used wired headphones. So based off the simple fact of her knowing about the radiation that hits your brain waves, and secondly, the fact that if you are using AirPods, anybody can really just hack into your AirPods and listen to whatever conversation you got going on. It's much easier. She knows that, all right? She put that out there. But anyway, Juicy Jammers, that was the end of my rabbit hole. Call in, text in at 414-360-8999 and let me know how you feel about your AirPods now. You may even be listening to us right now with some AirPods on.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like using my AirPods, like the little small ones, just because I do feel like when I have them in, I just feel like I start getting a headache. Like I don't really like to use those at all. Now I don't really have any problems with my bigger ones, like my AirPod Maxes, I think they're called. There's so many names for AirPods now.
Like the actual headphone version.
I don't think I have any issues with those. But the small ones for sure. Every time I put them in, I just feel like my head is just doing something completely weird, which is why I don't like to use them. Yeah. But I do just want to shout out to a person who been hip to the wired headphones, and I would give them so much crap for it. Jason, shout out to WJ. J Money, J Problems.
You see something.
Jason has been wearing wired headphones. And I used to be like, man, you got to update and get with the times. Like, you got these wired headphones. And I think I mostly would be upset with him because his headphones would always just be dangling everywhere be hitting stuff. And I'm like, bro, you got to get that handled, okay? But he was probably onto something. And I've told him this recently. I always send this to him because lately I have been seeing these videos of people saying we all need to go back to the wired headphones just because Bluetooth is not good for us. Mm-hmm. Even when, as you can see, you're not supposed to have your phone next to you. You know, my mom has been telling me that. Like, you shouldn't be sleeping in the bed with your phone, your cell phone, while it's charging either. And you shouldn't put it under your pillowcase, like under your pillow where you put your head and stuff like that. So maybe we all do just need to go back to having alarm clocks, because that's the only reason why I got my phone right next to me anyways. It's my alarm clock. We have turned our cell phones into everything, so we need them for every single thing that we do.
So it goes everywhere with us.
Yeah, it does. Mm-hmm. Like it's our internet, it's our social media pages. You got calculators on there. I even helped
Your
put
bank
together
account's
this
on there.
this entire studio using the measurement stick on my phone.
For real? You didn't
Yeah.
even go out using real. Never
I mean,
mind.
I had
I don't
both,
blame you.
but for
I don't
some
blame
stuff
you.
that we did, like putting these daggone panels up back here, we used the phone measurement. You know?
Took a picture of it, and then the picture told you exactly what the measurement was, huh?
No, like you put your phone on it and it's an actual like leveler.
Oh, you go for a level, gotcha.
Yeah, it's like a leveler.
Mhm.
And even just knowing how tall the walls were and stuff like that. Like we used the measuring tape on the phone. So we have our phones with us everywhere, but I think it's time to go back to just having
Regular.
alarm clocks and go back to just using the actual tool instead of using our phones for everything. That might help some stuff.
Yeah, because this is a whole computer in your pocket, but it definitely radiates a lot of different energy that's just, again, like we said before, isn't good for the human body. Like a lot of people right now are concerned with, the idea of reproduction, but I've said this before, I think probably like last week when it comes down to the wireless controllers or whatever, right? When you're playing the game, a lot of dudes play the game with the controller in their lap. However, your testicles, your testes are the most sensitive organ on your body when it comes down to radiation. It truly is absorbing that type of stuff. So you definitely have to be mindful while you're using these Bluetooth devices, whatever it may be. If it says it's wireless, you need to think for a second. How long are you willing to expose your body to that type of radiation?
And I truly don't think we really know the long-lasting effects of all of this technology we are using today.
I mean, I don't want to.
We don't know.
I don't want to put out any false health information, but I would throw this out here. Why one of the reasons I believe, and this is just only my own personal belief, throwing a disclaimer out there, but why autism is what it is today and why it's so high and prevalent is because we got all this wireless energy hitting us it's around us all the time, from whether it's whether it's the router inside of your house or whether it's the phone. A lot of different women have phones in their pockets. A lot of people just have phones in their pocket. So as that baby and that child is developing, what do you think is happening when that child is developing? These same waves are still hitting your baby when it's just a fetus, all the way up to
That's why they say to
be
put
birthed.
the headphones on the baby, put some classical music on, and let them listen to the different music. They can hear the sound waves and the frequencies
For
and
their
stuff like
brain
that.
waves. No, that's real.
But we are about to wrap.
Do it with a wired headphones. Wired headphones.
We are about to wrap up the show with a bow. Give you our drop of juice when we come back. So make sure you guys don't go anywhere. We got our last drop of juice segment coming up.
All right, Juicy Jammers, y'all know we're going to come back. But in the meantime, stay patient, stay waiting, and stay hopeful. The greatest things comes to those who wait. Take a sip of that.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm thick-cut bacon sizzling on your stove. And while you were over there smearing your bagel, this little piggy went on a splatter spree. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, you'll be crying wee over this fire in your home. So get Allstate.
Contact Milwaukee Allstate agent Cindy Johnson today at 414-445-2558.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hey, Jammin with Juice is officially back, you guys. And you know what? I am so excited to be back with my co-star. Okay, we got Benjamin in the building. Benjamin, how you feeling?
Amazing. No, seriously, Juicy Jammers, it is so great to be back over this airways, connecting with you all over again. Thank you guys again just for holding it down with us, man, for so long. All the DMs, all the messages, all the likes, the comments.
Y'all definitely were doing your big one, reaching out to us and just keeping the show alive. You know what I'm saying? So now that we are officially back, make sure you tell everybody that you know.
Tell your mama.
Okay, that Jammin with Juice is back to give you that daily
Tell
drop
your
of
daddy.
juice every single morning. Okay, if you got to go to the gas station, if you at the mall, whoever you run into,
Tell
just
your
let them
local
know.
drug dealer.
All right, that they got to tap into Jammin with Juice. Man, you are so crazy.
Okay, let's do it again.
Do it again? No,
Yeah.
let's see how it sounded first.
I don't think that sounded good.
I thought it was beautiful.
I thought the direction was there.
Do it.
Let's just do it one more time.
Do what?
Do it again.
Okay, what's
Tell the people. They listening right now. Tell the people. Tell the people what you need to tell them. What we need to tell them. Look, Juicy Jammers, from the bottom of Benjamin heart, I really appreciate you guys. When somebody, gets let go from their job.
We ain't doing that.
No,
we ain't talking about that.
Okay, we ain't doing all that. Just thank you, Juicy Jammers, man. Seriously, I found out throughout this time period. Okay, I don't want to be that deep. I know how to enunciate.
I'm not about to keep playing with you. Cut this up and call it a day.
Whatever, bro. Y'all really want this show?
Bro, this is a 30-second. We back. Tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your sister, tell your brother, tell your auntie, tell your baby daddy.
We back, but we ain't never left, okay? We ain't never left, all right? We just got a new platform, and it's our own platform.
Facts. But yeah, y'all was holding it down. We appreciate it so much. And we are just glad to be able to be back in community with all of you and to, entertain y'all. Because it's about to get even crazier. We on our own, Ben. We independent.
INDEPENDENT. Do you know what that means? You already know what it is. This is Jammin' with Juice. And make sure you go like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and go to jamminwithjuice.com to become a certified Juice Jammer. Remember, from here on out, you're amazing.
Welcome back, you guys. We are about to wrap up the show with a bow, giving you our drop of juice from what we talked about here today. From the young YNs who they want to be called YGs now.
What's the YGs for?
Take a wild guess.
Young guys?
Gentlemen.
Young gentlemen. There we go. Okay.
Young gentlemen. I was
YG.
thinking YM instead of YM for young men, But when it comes to that, you guys, I think it truly is just about the mindset. The clothes definitely help you get there because you can envision life differently. And when people are treating you a little bit differently, you might be like, oh, I kind of like this.
Right.
I'm not being looked at as a crook and a criminal every single time I go somewhere. But at the same time, it's like we as people have to do a better job of not judging people based off of what they look like, because you never know what type of mind that they hold. They could be the smartest person in the world, looking not like the smartest person in the world, I guess you could say. But I wanted to correct my quote that I had for Deion Sanders. Shout out to Trey Tay who put the right quote in there. But when you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you play good. And when you play good, you get paid good. That is what Deion Sanders said. And I 100% agree with that. But yeah, it's all about the mindset. Really, that is the biggest thing. Not really about the clothes that you're wearing. It's about what you got up here. And don't let nobody tell you different. Don't let society tell you different. It's up here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree, Juice. I agree, man. Just be the best version of you today.
I am so tired of you. You're annoying to me. Shout out to Zach who said it's an iPhone thing, talking about the leveler that I had on my phone. You wouldn't know about that. I don't think Androids have that feature.
It sounds like some more cancer-causing features that iPhone has.
Yes, Miss Anita, clothes and hair are constantly being judged. I'm not gonna lie, that is a big thing, because I resonated with what she said. It's like, okay, when you wear certain things and you go certain places, people talking to you different. I said before, when my hair is different, I get approached differently. Like when I got my natural hair, people be like, oh, queen, all this, all that, and I just be like, come on now, you not gonna call me queen just because I got straighter hair now? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm not a queen if I got a wig on. That's crazy.
Let me call you a white woman. Oh, you want to align with the massa?
They calling me they call you a B. That's what they call you. But thank y'all so much for tapping in to Jammin' with Juice today. Let's do it again for Sip to That
Friday.
Tomorrow, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. You know where to find us, right here on Jammin' with Juice. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. We appreciate all the support.
Thank y'all. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Shout out to all our Juicy Jammers, everybody in the chat, Juicy Chatters.
And Jammin' with Juice, baby. All right, I'm your girl, Noni Juice Arts, keeping it juicy, and that has been Jammin'.
It's amazing.
Yes, have a great day, y'all, and good morning,
so
Milwaukee.
Amazing.
Have a good one.
It's amazing. So
See you tomorrow.
Amazing.
Lord willing.
It's
bye.
amazing.
It's amazing.
So amazing.